morning, Faith Lutheran. I'm Shay Turner.
And I'm Marcel Blanco. Thank you for joining us.
Stakes are high this year for the men's lacrosse.
Today we're going to be finding out what students' favorite classes are.
There's a conspiracy theory floating around about the authenticity of these stores.
Good morning, Faith Lutheran. I'm Shay Turner.
And I'm Marcel Blanco reporting to you live from the Faith Lutheran News Network.
Have you ever wondered what the Social Norms program at Faith is all about?
Heather Borman talked to Dr. Knorr and students to get the inside scoop about the program.
Hi, I'm Heather reporting for FLNN. At Faith Lutheran, we have a social norms group here at Faith to help promote godly behaviors. We went around to see what it was all about.
Social Norms is a program trying to help students because there are so many misperceptions in our society today, and it's trying to help students understand where those misperceptions come, and then along with that, then how to make better decisions.
The main purpose is to let people know what's actually going on and to know the real facts, so you're not getting the wrong ideas of what people are doing and not doing.
Our main purpose is sort of to change the perception about what people think about drugs, alcohol, because if you see in movies and TV, it's what do teenagers do? They drink, they do drugs, they go out to all these parties, and they make it seem cool, and that's what everybody's supposed to do. What we're trying to do is, it's not a normal thing, right? Our goal is to say, hey, this isn't normal, to be it's okay if you don't do this, and if you don't do this, you're not weird or different. That's what the majority, in fact, is doing. And it's so, you can't be pressured into doing something. Nobody can tell you, why are you not doing this? Everybody does it. Well, that's not true. If you look at the facts and you look at the data, that isn't true. And then you can say no, and you don't have to feel pressure to do something that everybody's doing because nobody's doing it.
It is very common for many students to think that everybody's doing drugs, having sex, and those types of risky behaviors. Yet all the national data, state data, and our survey data show that the vast majority don't. In high school and middle school, there's lots of peer pressure and lots of unspoken pressure to do things that we think are normal. And so by having the survey and having these facts, we can share those with the students, and it can be part of a solution to help them know that they are 100% normal when they don't do these types of risky behaviors.
For more information, go to faithfacts.net. I'm Heather, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Heather. If you're interested in being a Social Norms student ambassador or learning more about the program, you can talk to Dr. Knorr, whose office is located in the 6th grade hallway wing.
Earlier last month was the annual student leadership team elections for the next academic year.
Blake Cheater talked with candidates who ran in the general elections, who won their positions, and got a feel for what next year's team will be like.
Good morning, Faith Lutheran. I'm your rightful class of 2021 president, reporting live.
How do you think the elections went and why?
I think the elections went pretty good. For Nate Young, for me, I don't know, man. It's a tough battle out here.
It was very fun. I mean, I didn't run against anybody, but it was still. It's always fun to run for city council.
Overall, I think it went really good. The speeches, there was a little bit of hectic parts in it, but overall, I think it went good.
If you win, how will you improve Faith Lutheran?
If I win, I will make sure that we don't sell those wontons anymore, or what do we, pot stickers? Is that what we sell? Because those are nasty, first of all. And then I think I will make the dances way better because they're trash. And then school spirit, yes.
I think our school spirit is the number one thing that needs to be improved, so I'm just planning on creating more motives for people to go to games, because it's even though that's not how it should be, that's where you have to start. You have to start somewhere to build a school that wants to go and wants to love going to the games and cheering on all of our teams.
Well, really starts inwardly. It's really the matter of fact of the excellence that we're going to have. We really want unorthodox manners in terms of how we're going to organize pep rallies, assemblies, and really the incentive Sage was talking about. We'll coordinate more. It's not necessarily. There's a lot of layers to it in terms of that. So many aspects that we want to talk about. We want to, as hopefully this year, we'll regain the National Council of Excellence, and we want to continue next year. Hopefully going back to back.
This has been Blake Cheater reporting for the FLNN. Back to you.
Thank you, Blake. Congrats to all the students who won.
And slight correction to the story, Mr. Slay Diaz won for next year's junior class president, and Sage Schweitzer won for junior class VP. Vacancy elections will be held later this month for the still vacant positions on the team.
2 weeks ago was the annual Senior Week tradition that celebrates the senior class.
Senior Week usually ends with the senior class Ditch Day trip to Disneyland, but due to unusual weather circumstances this year, Ditch Day was canceled and rescheduled to this past Sunday and Monday.
Yasha Chapman had the opportunity to talk to a few seniors about the trip to Disney at the beginning of this week.
Hello, my name is Yasha Chapman, reporting live for the FLNN. February 22nd, it was a Friday. Disney Ditch got canceled. We all remember this day like it was yesterday. What did you think about Disney Ditch being canceled?
I was kind of upset. I mean, I was looking forward to it kind of for the entire year up until then, but I mean, I kind of understand why it had to happen.
I was sad, but then I was angry.
Of course I'm upset because like it's my senior year and I just want to go to Disney, so.
I was pretty disappointed. I was really looking forward to the trip, so yeah, I was pretty disappointed.
And do you think it was a mistake to cancel Disney Ditch?
I think looking at it from the day that school was canceled, it seemed like a mistake because it was so clear outside, but judging how snowy it was the day before, it seemed like it was a good idea in a way, just to be safe.
Yes, because the bus informed us that they could have taken us safely and gone through like completely fine. So it was the school's decision to not let us go.
I know it was for our safety, and my dad was telling me that at 5 o'clock in the morning when we would have left, the freeways were still closed until 10. So even if we did go, we probably would have had taken a longer way and like had less time once we did get to Disney. But like I still wanted to go.
I do. I think they should have been more prepared and really looked into things further before canceling the trip.
So there you have it. The first reactions to when Disney Ditch got canceled. Luckily, it got rescheduled, and we had a great time.
Thank you for that report, Yasha. Last night, varsity lacrosse had their first home game of the season and won 10-9 in overtime. The team will be traveling to California this afternoon for 2 games this weekend.
Today is the first away meet for track at Riverview, and make sure to come support the team at their first home meet this Saturday.
Saturday is also the annual Rocking the Arts auction and show, which helps raise money for all the art programs a part of the Faith Conservatory.
Tickets are still being sold online at faithconservatory.com and will even be sold at the door.
That's all for this week's broadcast. For the FLNN, I'm Shay Turner.
And I'm Rochelle Blanco.
God bless.